Now it's time for today's guest. Stephanie Hsu is a Broadway actress who's currently starring in Be More Chill, a show that the New York Times calls one of the most popular new musicals in America. Everyone, please give a warm Bill Brunch welcome to Stephanie Hsu.
Oh.
Hi. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
I love shaking hands.
Love it.
What's up, y'all?
I love that
Science.
energetic walkout. It makes me want to go see you in the show even
Oh,
Yeah.
I felt like Ellen DeGeneres.
more. You want to like dance out even more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
play
get off
something.
the couch. I want to see some couch dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
That was a good
That was so
twerk.
good.
You guys really excited me. You gave me a lot of space.
Us.
Yeah.
And this show is so exciting. I've read so many positive things about it. So what has that been like for you to be in this experience that has been so well received?
It's been really crazy. For you guys who don't know, we did the show in 2012 in New Jersey, and then it sort of like went away, and then we recorded a cast album, and it like resurrected from the negative space and became like an internet sensation. So it's been the weirdest, most random trajectory for a Broadway show, but it's been really special in that regard too.
Yeah, I think that trajectory is what probably makes it so special.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that like we have such a huge fan base from all over the world for people who just knew it because of the album. So it's been wild.
And for those who are unfamiliar, what is sort of the plot of Be More
Yeah,
Chill?
so Be More Chill is the story of a high school teenager named Jeremy here who is a little bit of a nobody. And he just wants some help to just like make high school a little bit easier to get by. And he's in love with this girl named Christine. And she's a weirdo. And he finds out about a pill called a squip that's from Japan that implants in your brain and tells you what to do. And so he decides to take this pill, and you sort of see the ways in which it does make his life easier, but maybe at a cost,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit more about what it's like playing Christine?
Yeah, Christine Canigula, so one of her most well-known songs is I Love Play Rehearsal. So she's like a huge theater nerd, and she's a weird bird. And it's so fun to be in her shoes because our director gave us so much space to play. And so really it feels like every night there's just space to kind of do what I did on the couch just now, but like on stage.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun. Yeah, she really brings a lot of joy into my life.
That's exciting. Do you see any of yourself in her? Do you feel like you personally relate to her in any way?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where when you do something for 3 years, you're like, have I always been this character, or have I become more of this character?
Right.
But I definitely really am loving theater a lot these days.
Yeah.
And also I think her sense of humor definitely is in line with my own, just because when you originate a role, so much of it comes from your own self. you know?
Absolutely. And you've mentioned that you've been with the show since its inception. So
Yeah.
what has it been like to watch it grow over the years?
Yeah, it's just been the thing that I really appreciated about it is it really has given me understanding of the value of a rough draft. So you do it once and you're like, oh, that was fun. And then you're like, oh, I get to do it again. Like, let me dive deeper. And then you do it a third time and you're like, now I get to do this other weird thing that I didn't even think of in the first round. So it's just been really nice to get to continue to sink our teeth in and change the show as the years go by, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. A lot of people are always striving for perfection. I feel like that's a really good note of just like enjoy that process.
Yeah.
People forget to do that.
Well, and also I think what's been really special about it is that the audience base, as it's grown, has also taught us about what's so special about the show. And 2019 is a different time than 2015, 2014.
Oh, those are the days.
Those were the hashtag days.
Hashtag the days.
Yeah, the days.
Hashtag yes we can.
Yeah. So, I think the beautiful thing about theater is, or any sort of art, is like, if you're gonna be making art, then if the times are changing, you must like shift with it. And so, we told this story however many years ago, but it's a different moment, and our place on Broadway means something else.
Yeah.
And it's a really like our fan base is like super diverse, super queer, super beautiful unicorns, like diverse in race, gender, everything, you know? And so it's like, we see you and we're here and we know we like get it, you know? And so that's a great offering.
That's great.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it was such a chill vibe. I'm just like, we could do this forever.
It's a cozy space.
Yeah.
It is.
And you made your debut on Broadway as Karen the Computer,
Yeah.
and from SpongeBob SquarePants
Yeah.
musical. So what was that like?
That was also super random.
Yeah.
Where like
Are
you
you
know,
yourself like a computer?
yes, I know much information. I live under a rock. I'm not a computer at all. But Karen the Computer was really crazy also because Broadway really wasn't on my radar, and I got tossed into the first ever reading of it in 2012 when Viacom was like, maybe this will be a musical, and I stayed with it ever since. So I never like auditioned for it or anything, and it was like 5 years of development, and then I was gonna move to LA and, you know, start a farm, and I got a phone call that was like, so SpongeBob's going to Broadway. I was like, okay, I guess the farm will wait.
So did you never have dreams to be a Broadway star? You kind of just like fell into this?
You know, like I definitely listened to some Broadway stuff when I was in high school. I started theater relatively late comparatively to most people.
What was your musical theater jam back in high school?
I was V into the last 5 years.
Oh my God.
Lots of feelings.
I love the last 5 years. So sad.
So sad.
Wow.
And I remember there's like a line that's like, meet the dinosaurs, and I was like, the dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely also really love spelling bee, but
Oh my gosh, me too.
yeah. But it was kind of like not, Broadway wasn't really on my radar because I knew I was never a Miss Saigon type, so it was like, I didn't really know my space in Broadway. And then even when I moved to New York, I was doing a lot of experimental theater, and I did a lot of stuff in comedy. And so that sort of seemed like my trajectory, and Broadway just seemed like this far away place. So now that I've, you know, done it 2 years in a row, it's been a huge gift because I actually think Broadway is like an incredible, incredible practice just to do 8 shows a week, but also the shows that we bring to Broadway are the shows that then they do all over the country. So it's like very important actually that the shows we do in Broadway are like super diverse, super inclusive, and stories that we want to be telling, because those are the stories that everyone is doing all over the country, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I know. I love everything you're saying.
Well, and besides Broadway, you've acted in TV shows and films.
Yeah.
I've seen you in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, one of my
Yes.
favorite comedies. How does it compare? Well, you just kind of mentioned before, because Broadway's 8 days a week, but like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
does the acting differ from TV to Broadway?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely depends on the show, but I think with TV, what is like both wonderful and difficult about it, it is so much hurry up and wait, you know? It's
Right.
like you get there at 5, someone's like painting your face, and it's like, oh, this is nice. And then you wait for like 3 hours, and then they run behind, so then you eat lunch, but you're still in like full face, and you haven't gone on yet.
Yeah.
But then you go.
Right.
But I really love the balance of both theater, when I get to do both theater and television, because there's something that's refreshing about the newness of TV, of like, it's just this moment, maybe a few times, versus the practice of like keeping something fresh that's like, you do it 8 times a week for however long, you know?
Well, we have a little game we want to play with you, and basically it's, would you stay chill or lose your, control?
Okay,
So we're
okay.
gonna present some scenarios for you, and you just tell us honestly
Great.
how you'd react.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Okay,
up
great.
first.
Okay.
An audience member phone rings during a performance.
I think
You Patty LuPone it? You're gonna say chill.
I think I would just start talking a little loud like that.
That makes
Cool.
sense.
So like a lukewarm.
Lukewarm, passive
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But we all know what that means.
Yeah, a little passive.
Another cast member forgets their line on stage.
I think I would break. I would lose my cool. Like I
really would?
I have
Wow.
a horrible tendency of giggling a lot. I'm like the first one to break if someone like has a booger in their nose, which has happened.
feel
You
like
don't
you've
have
seen
one.
You were like, if someone has in their nose.
I just start giggling. So I would lose my cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what about if Beyonce and Jay-Z are front row and they're staring you down?
I would be freaking out. Actually, Blue Ivy came to SpongeBob and had the hottest bouncer I've ever seen. Bouncer slash babysitter, such a handsome man. And we were all like, hi, and she was like this tall. But yeah, Beyonce and Jay-Z in the front row of Be More Chill, how
Right.
random. I would just be spying on them the entire time.
It could
What
happen.
about curtain call and an audience member holds up a political sign?
Is it a positive political sign or is it a not positive political?
It's not good.
Oh, I probably do a little bit of, I bow, hey you, put it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Incorporated into the.
Yes, with a gesture of love.
That's very
Because
sweet.
we're all
That is
gonna
sweet.
try to get through this together.
But what if that same person was filming the show?
I think I also would do a talk a little bit louder, but like try to integrate it.
Yeah, I think it's so crazy when people do that stuff. By the way, it's like keep your phone down.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of people who like to do like a,
Right.
Yeah,
The quality can't be that good.
like we can see you.
Right.
yeah, you're holding a phone and your hoodie's like a little, a little bit
Phone
on.
has a hoodie.
Yeah.
And finally, were you chill or did you lose your cool when you found out that Be More Chill was going to go to Broadway?
I definitely lost my cool. I fell to my knees and cried. Yeah, so
That's a special moment, and obviously it's been a long road. So I'm happy that the world is getting to see this
thank
show.
you,
Stephanie, thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining
thanks
us.
for having me.